Hi, welcome to Business News for the Average Person. It's Tuesday, December 2nd, and it's the afternoon here as I record this. Last week was Thanksgiving week. Hopefully, you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and the news was slow. I didn't think it was worth uploading anything, but I wanted to uh, share some stuff here, right? Very interestingly, some good stuff happened over the last week and a half. So Alibaba shares plunge 11% after warning of slower growth. Alibaba is like the Amazon of China, and perhaps you can say that they're a barometer of how things are doing there, and because the Chinese economy is so closely intertwined with the American one, this may cause issues. So as you can see here, this was actually the Friday before Thanksgiving, and I haven't seen too much movement in the stock market since. So there may not be an effect after all. It'll be interesting to see here, though, because obviously it takes time for those effects to affect the American stock market. And if you are invested in some sort of retirement funds, 401k, IRA, whatever, there's a good chance that some of your money is invested in the Chinese stock market. So anyway, natural gas sinks. This is very interesting here. The it looks like because of warmer than expected, warmer than usual winter forecasts have caused natural gas prices to go down. Just a few weeks ago, they were saying how yeah, this is going to be an expensive winter for heating your home. So this is not a bad thing. um, it does indicate to us, that we are on the road to global warming, climate change. So, in the meantime, this is good news for those worried about inflation, which again, for the last few months, inflation and COVID-19 have been, what news media have been talking about a lot. Okay, the next few are about the supply chain. So you can see here the Federal Trade Commission probes major retailers' profit margins. I don't know, it feels like the administration of Joe Biden feels compelled to do something or look like he's doing something to try to keep consumer prices low, uh, probably because of poll numbers, approval ratings. So, and related to that, you can see here Biden promises shelves are going to be stocked. I have said before, if you haven't already shopped for Christmas a couple of months ago, even back around Halloween, you really should be doing something. But what's happening is that people expect shortages, so they're stocking up even more for just in case, and that in turn is causing more shortages. Self-fulfilling prophecy here. Okay. Yeah, he's meeting with major retail CEOs to talk supply chain. So he is, offering the carrot and stick approach, right? On the one hand, threatening to investigate them, fine them, perhaps, and on the other hand, trying to see what he might be able to do to help ease this. Hopefully, it helps with inflation. Okay, this one here. The page is loading. Okay, we'll skip past this. Treasury yields rise. So again, I've said many times before, what happens to the U.S. Treasury bonds does not directly affect interest rates. It has an indirect effect. So we are moving toward what investors and the Fed, which is the agency that controls to an extent interest rates. So again, if you are thinking of borrowing, don't try and catch a falling knife, so to speak. Rates are as low as they are. They're unlikely to go any lower. You borrow, you make your investments, you buy your home, buy your car, whatever it is, as you can. Okay, and as you can see here, these are still way below inflation. So if you are relying on treasury bonds for retirement, this is not a good time. Okay. Jobless claims posting jobless claims post stunning decline to less than 200,000, lowest since 1969. So this is good. I saw something this morning. I haven't read it yet. So again, this is the week of Thanksgiving, but the week after Thanksgiving, I saw that it rose up slightly to a little bit over 200,000. That is good news. Again, what this means for people who are job seeking, people who are re-entering the workforce, etc. Great time. If you already have a job, great time to ask for a raise, great time to ask for a promotion, great time to change companies if you're unhappy, change industries if that's something you've always wanted to do. And I do expect this to continue to be the case going into 2022, at least until midsummer or early summer. Okay, so you guys would have heard the Omicron variant. All right. Okay, there were travel bans slapped on South Africa and surrounding countries because of that. And as am recording this on, again, afternoon of December 2nd, Thursday, the week after Thanksgiving, it is that California has reported its first case of this new variant. A lot of people speculating a lot of stuff. I'm not going to speculate, but what I do expect is that, um, just like the Delta variant, you can see that a lot of countries are allowing, so to speak, cases to rise with an eye on expecting this COVID-19 pandemic to be endemic. I've said this many times on my channel. So as we're gonna have to learn to live with it and keep ourselves safe, okay? And travel bans here and there gonna be a thing, just like when previous outbreaks of other pandemics happened. There were travel restrictions, right? Okay. So it is not a good time to be in the travel industry, in my opinion, but you do you. Okay. Okay, I talked about this. Oh, all right. World is put on high alert. Politicians are saying, by the way, that there's cause for concern, but not panic. Mm, what I will say is that if you need anything, make sure you have it. Don't wait till you need it before you try and procure it. If we've learned nothing over the last 2 years. All right. Okay, COVID-19 causes stocks to tank. Yeah, we already passed that. Okay, high gas prices are causing heavy-duty pickup owners, costing heavy-duty pickup owners. Pickup trucks have, for the first time, I think this year or last year, exceeded the purchase of cars. So we're going to continue to consume a lot of oil and gas, right? And in the meantime, yeah, if you can stomach it, you know, get a truck, keep your truck. If not, get something more gas efficient. Okay, Belgium also confirms the COVID variant. I'm not going to talk about it. We just talked about this jobless claims one. Zoom and Peloton shares up. So they had these stay-at-home stocks had fallen because of news just a couple of weeks earlier that it is the COVID was under control, and now with this new variant, the lesson to learn here is that don't try to catch a falling knife. Don't try and predict the market. Unless I guess you're a full-time hedge fund or something like that, trader, full-time day trader. You just invest basic rules here, diversify, and yeah, don't try and time the market, among other things. Okay, Dollar Tree raises price point. We talked about this earlier last month. So things are going to cost 125 now. I wonder if they'll drop their $3 $5 offerings because I've seen that in my local store, right? What I think this is good is that they're going to start offering things that they were not able to offer for a dollar, right? You're gonna see, yeah, prices rise definitely. It's like a 25% increase, but they're gonna start offering more stuff. I should say, yeah, depending on how supply chain issues are like. Could start probably seeing a wider variety, perhaps better quality stuff from the Dollar Tree, sometime as early as next spring. So yeah, check them out. And if you're an investor, yeah, they look like they might be a good place to invest. They've managed to keep their costs low, right? And they have widespread name uh, 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 brand recognition, and as people continue to try to find ways to stretch that dollar because of high inflation, I think more people will turn to shopping at discount stores. Okay, Target will no longer open. Again, this was before Thanksgiving. They're going to make this permanent, thus showing us, confirming that there's going to be a shift to more of online shopping, or perhaps dragging out discounts and sales over a longer period, which is great, I think, for retail workers, um, for shoppers, right? Okay. And then finally, I want to mention again, say Gap lost 300 million in sales because of supply chain mess. I expect this is going to be the first of many retailers to post to say that they lost so much in sales. You might see the impact of this hit in the first quarter of 2022. So I don't think it means that it's time to sell Gap stocks or anything, but it's just again going to be a way of life going forward, and executives are going to have to rethink their supply chain strategies. Manufacturing strategies, procurement strategies. This is going to be good news for commercial real estate, in particular warehousing, and you know, um, and I think you may see some positive, albeit small, positive effects on Rust Belt cities and towns, I should say. All right, so today's a short one, so that brings us to the end of business news for the average person. Thank you so much for watching, and please like and subscribe. I'm just trying out this channel here. I've been doing this for about a month now. I want to be able to explain business news to the average person because there's lots of terms and how does what happens at say Gap, apply to the average person? How does this affect your retirement, your outlook, your investments, etc. All right, so thanks for your support, and have a wonderful weekend.